Hey guys, happy whatever day it is. We're up and early. I don't even know if it's bright or sunny outside, but happy whatever day it is for you. We don't know. We don't keep up with the days. But today, guys, we're going to show you exactly how a wholesale deal flows. Remember yesterday we did a video to show, we did actually a live to show you guys how you pull cash buyers list. How do you find your hottest zip code? So if you haven't watched it, make sure you go back and watch that. That's the number one video you should watch before you even watch this one. This is basically video number 2. And remember what I said yesterday, we are going to do a 10 to 12 series and show you exactly how you can get your first wholesale deal in 2024. From A to Z, every single step of the way, from A to Z. All you have to do is take notes and implement every single thing you take. By the way, you learn something today, you implement it today, not 1 week later, right? That's number 1. Number 2, this series, guys, is not for entertainment. We're not entertainers. I am not a singer. I know Andrew looked like one from Jamaica, but he's not. Absolutely. This is educational, so don't come here to be entertained. Make sure you turn off whatever other windows you have open right now, whatever other distractions you have. Make sure you have a notepad. Make sure you're taking notes. We're going to share a screen and we're going to show you visually exactly what we're talking about. We're going to break down all the technical terms for you, the definitions, all of it, so you get familiar with the lingo. But don't come here thinking you're going to be entertained, because people love to be entertained, not informed, right? Because it's way easier. Right now, all of us, by the way, we're victims of it as well. We all have tic-tac minds, right? Our attention span is very slow, very small. And so we have a hard time paying attention, guys. So again, I'm your host, Mamadou Diallo, and I'm here with my co-host,
Andrew Powell.
Stephen Blow.
And we're live from Atlanta, guys. So again, guys, today, by the way, 2024, if you think, guys, I'm going to tell you guys right now, 2024 is straight, raw, give it to you, real. This is not the channel where you come, number 1, to be entertained. We're not entertainers, like I said before. Number 2, wholesaling real estate in a nutshell, basically, it's, going and finding ugly houses. You put them under contract for a low amount, and then you sell that contract, just a piece of paper, you sell it for a higher amount. So, for example, you can contract a property for $100,000, and then you sell that contract for $110,000, $120,000, and you make the difference between the $100,000 that you contracted it with the seller, and then the $20,000 that you made on top of the $100,000, which is $120,000. Okay, and you can repeat that cycle, and there is no limit to it. The only limit is your work ethic. It's not going to be easy. It's absolutely not easy. This business is not for the lazy. This business is not for the people that are trying to wing it. This business is not for the people that think you can do it part-time, right? You cannot have 3-4 jobs and try to do this business. It's a full-time business. And yes, it is a business. It's not a side hustle. So you're not here to be entertained, and this is not a side hustle. So unless you're going to take this seriously and apply every single thing, and perfectly, by the way, and perfectly, right? My first wholesale deal, guys, three combined my first year, I made $115,000. How much was yours? Like the first 3 combined?
First 3 combined, I talk almost $20,000.
$20,000. How much is yours? First 3 combined.
Yeah, about $75,000.
About $75,000, right? You do the math on both of these things. For me, my first real estate deal took me 8 months. And what we're trying to do here, I didn't know what I know today, right? It would have took me like 3 months to get my first deal if I knew what I knew today. But within that 8 months, the great thing that I did is I didn't overthink this stuff. When people told me do A, I went and I did A. Hey, make the calls, pull the list here, make the calls and say this. I went, pulled the list, made the call and said exactly what they told me. And I did that over and over and over. That's it. Be that kind of person. If you're an overthinker, you're sitting there, oh, I gotta figure it out, I gotta have the fancy CRM. Listen, all you need is a yellow pad, a Google what is that? Google Voice?
Yeah, Google Voice.
Google Voice. That's all you need in the beginning, to be honest, right? Anything other than that, you're trying to
the Google Voice one
to make the calls.
Oh, Got it.
That's all you need, really, right? Now, can you use anyway? Just to let you know, if you're an overthinker, this is gonna take you. Every newbie I've met that has been trying to do this for 2 years over is because they're overthinking everything, right? They're trying to have everything perfect. They're trying to understand everything from A to Z before they take action, and then learn as they go, right? So you learn as you go. You create problems, and then you go learn the solution, right? So boom, with that expectation set, we're gonna get into it, guys. What is the flow of the real estate wholesale deal? Okay, we're gonna do a screen share and literally show you guys. Bang, bang, bang. Please excuse my writings that we're gonna draw here. Okay, so what are we talking about? Here, let me make sure you guys can see that. Absolutely. Boom. So we're talking about wholesaling real estate, right? All right. Guys, who's the personality type that this is a good fit for? I'm talking about specifically wholesaling, because wholesale, by the way, first question, does wholesaling has anything to do with real estate, Steve?
No, it does not at all.
Okay, explain.
Most of the time, people don't understand when you're getting in wholesaling. It's actually not anything dealing with real estate. It's actually a marketing and sales. That's kind of what you specialize in when you're doing wholesaling in real estate.
Okay. So wholesaling real estate, Andrew, what do you think? What in a nutshell, what is that? What is wholesaling real estate?
It's really about who market the most, and just fine tune your marketing as to where you market, who you market to, distress owners, as you know. And it's, as I said,
what is marketing?
Marketing is
I'm fresh off high school.
Oh, you're fresh?
Fresh off high school. I don't know what you guys are using these terms, marketing, but what are we talking about?
Marketing is the means for me as to how you get to the motivated sellers. So you have different channel of marketing.
Okay, like
cold calls, sometimes a text blast, sometimes we send direct mail, sometimes a door knock. It's all different channels of marketing. And whatever you specialize in, you just want to triple and 4 times and 5 times that marketing strategy.
To piggyback on your point, Andrew, marketing, think about this, you guys. When you guys want to meet a fine girl, you see a beautiful woman you want to market yourself to. You actually got to go up to and you got to market yourself. You got to say, hey, listen, this is me. I make a lot of money. I'm doing a lot of great things. Do you want to date me? So market yourself, guys. You got to go out there and put yourself out there in front of these people, distressed homeowners, and market yourself as somebody they should go with.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So in this case, basically, guys, your dialer that you're going to use to make the calls is Tinder.
Right, it's Tinder.
Got it. Okay.
Tinder.
All right, guys. So in a nutshell, wholesaling real estate, in a nutshell, it's you are a middle person. I repeat, you are a middle person. So you're connecting 2 parties. Okay, you're connecting 2 parties. This is you. Let me bring back the board. Bang, bang, bang. Show you guys here. Bang, bang, bang. Oh gosh. Okay, there you go. So you're connecting 2 parties. I hope I can move this board. It's gonna be an interesting one. So this is you. Now my drawing, guys, excuse me. I wish I would draw this person with big muscles. This is Andrew right here with the dreads, right?
Let's go.
Boom. So this is you in the middle, okay? You have boom. What is this? This is a house, okay? And then you have the seller, who's the homeowner here, right?
Right.
They own this home. And this house right here, guys, what is the condition of this house typically?
Distress.
What is distress? I'm fresh off high school, guys.
Okay.
So
I don't know what you guys are talking about right now. What is distress?
Okay, so me driving for dollars. I always like this.
What is driving for dollars?
Driving for dollars is where I'm going inside the car and I'm moving around the neighborhood looking for distressed property.
Got it.
No,
so it's not a Uber, it's not Lyft.
It's not Uber, it's not Lyft.
Okay,
it's a personal vehicle.
So I get in my car.
Get in a car.
I drive in my neighborhood.
Drive in a neighborhood.
Even if you don't have a car, by the way, you could be in your bus. Doesn't matter. But basically, if I see a house in my neighborhood that
look distressed. So what am I talking about when I say distress? I'm looking for high grass. I'm looking for boarded up windows. I'm looking
Okay,
for.
let's write that down. Let's write that down. Okay,
Okay.
all these terms you're using. Let's write that down.
Let's go.
Okay. So what are you looking for?
High grass.
So this home here. So when you drive in and you see this home, come on. Sorry guys, my whiteboard is my computer. You're good. You're good. So you're looking for grass.
High grass.
I'm just gonna put grass, guys. High grass.
Yeah.
High grass shows you what potentially. What is what does that mean? Is high grass? What does that mean?
High grass mean that grass cannot be cut. That grass haven't been cut in days and
That
weeks
means no
and
one is potentially taking care of
the property.
the property. So maybe potentially nobody live in it.
Right.
Okay. And then what else?
It's
Broken
the one.
window
Man, broken window.
could be, right?
Yeah, sometimes you can have the electrical hanging out the wire box, broken window, boarded up home.
There you go.
Yeah,
Boom. So basically a house that look distressed.
Mhm.
Distress. What is the word? Can you Google the word distress definition? Where does that word come from? Right? God damn. So distress, guys. So you're basically looking for homes that you wouldn't want to live in it, basically.
Yeah,
Right?
right.
That house that you always seen and you're wondering do somebody live here? Maybe there's squatters in here. Doesn't matter. That's what you're looking for. So that means the homeowner here, typically when a house is like that, is the homeowner living in that house?
No, 99% of the time, no.
Okay, what do we call that kind of homeowner?
We call that type of, so when the owner is not living in the house, we call it a vacant property. That just means the owner is absent. They're not at the property.
Okay.
Mhm.
So guys, this seller here would be considered an absentee owner. The
Mhm.
seller is absent. The seller don't live in the property. So this is this homeowner. Let's call this homeowner John Doe. Okay.
Right.
So John Doe has a property, let's say in Baltimore, and John Doe haven't lived there for 2 years. So the property is falling off, right? The grass is tall. He's probably been fined
Right.
by the city
Agree. Mhm.
and we call that code violation, right? If you don't take care of your property, the outside looks ugly. People are hanging in the property like squatters, for example. Some of these cities, they will give you fines,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
right? The same way you get a speeding ticket, they will give you a ticket for your property looking ugly, basically, because it's making the neighborhood look ugly.
Right.
You have trash in front of the home, right?
Yes.
Boom. So you, Mr. Seller right here, he doesn't have the money potentially.
Right.
So let's go with this, right?
Mhm.
So here, actually, I'm gonna draw the third person, guys. There is 3 parties involved in a wholesale deal, right? 3 parties. You are the middle person. You, the wholesaler. You are the middle person. So you have the seller, and then who's here, guys?
So we
On
have
this side.
we have our buyer, our cash buyer.
Okay, what is a cash buyer?
So guys, these are the people that you're gonna be potentially selling to. These are your guys that go out, they look for homes, typically on different platforms, and they buy the homes all cash, straight cash, hard money. Boom.
Andrew, what is a cash buyer?
Cash buyer is somebody who purchases this property with the interest of making a return on investment. They're either gonna flip it, they're either gonna hold it, and that's what a cash buyer really is. Somebody who purchases cash with the intention of making a return on that property.
Okay, guys. So a cash buyer is basically someone who renovate homes. So when they take distressed homes,
Mhm.
they renovate homes and then they resell it for a profit, and that's how they feed their family, right?
Yeah.
So when you find these opportunities, so you're a connector, you're in the middle.
Mhm.
So Andrew is the one that owned the distressed home.
Mhm.
We just explained to you what a distressed home is. It's basically an ugly house, okay? And then Steve is the buyer. Steve, he buys homes that are distressed. He put money into it, make it look nice, then put it back on the market. I'm sure you guys have seen that before, where you pass by homes and you have a fancy sign that says for sale. So typically, if it's fully renovated, you can see it on Zillow. We call that what?
We got it.
A fix and flip,
Fix it.
right? So Steve bought the home, fix it up, and then flip it, right?
Mm.
The same way you would go to, if you're working at McDonald's, you take a burger
Right.
and then you cook it and then you flip it, right?
Right.
I come by the drive-through and buy it, right?
Right.
So now the cash buyer here, guys, I'm telling you guys right now, in America, middleman is the ones that make the money.
Oh, 100%.
What is Amazon?
A middleman.
A middleman. Amazon is a middleman between the reader and the book owner. That's how Amazon started. Right? Then they blew up from there, and now maybe they have their own stores or whatever. So basically, you as the wholesaler, you're somebody who is a middleman, and you're going out and you're looking for right here, like we said, right? Guys, I'm playing DJ right here. Bunch of windows open, but that's fine. This is, again, like we told you guys, this is for educational. This is not for entertainment. So you're gonna have to be patient with us. Boom. Let's move this whiteboard. So this seller right here, for whatever reason, when you call this seller, they want to see this property go. What are some of the reasons, guys, that the seller would want to see this property go? Like, meaning, why wouldn't the seller renovate it themselves and resell it? What would be some of the reasons for it?
So a lot of reasons. I mean, mainly.
Give me number one.
Kind of factoring in divorce. That's the situation sometimes.
Okay, we call that pain, right?
Yeah, we call that.
So
pain.
maybe they're going through a divorce. That's one of them.
Divorce.
Give me another one.
Sometimes they're just older, tired.
Okay, older. Yeah, so older, so they no longer want to deal with a house. Doesn't matter if you tell them they can make 100,000 profit on the house if they renovate and resell their own home.
Right.
What else, Andrew?
Them can't afford it.
They don't have the money.
Yeah.
No money
funds
to fix it up. Right.
Right.
Boom. Yeah. So we can go on and on, but they basically have what would we call that? What is one word that describe all this, guys?
Motivation or pain.
Motivation.
Pain.
Pain, motivation. Okay. So they have motivation. So they're motivated. They're motivated to sell, to let this property go.
Right.
Right. So you pass by and you found this property, 123 Main Street, and you picked up your phone and you called this homeowner and you tell them, hey, would you be interested in getting an offer basically on this property? Right.
Yep.
And if they're interested in getting an offer on this property, remember, guys, this house right now needs work, right? So that's the reason why you can get it at a discount, because it's not really worth, it's what we call market value. So when Steve Byte, who is a fix and flipper, fix it up, the price he can sell it for in the back end, it's only worth that after you spend money in the property and make it look nice. Right. So right now, this homeowner have all this pain, and they go, hey, yeah, Andrew, I would let my house go. I'm tired of it. I don't want to see it. There's been squatters there. I haven't seen it for 2 years, whatever. And Andrew goes, okay, would you take 100,000 for it? Right? So bang, bang, let's move that. I'm definitely buying the virtual whiteboard. So Andrew makes what we call that, Andrew? If you tell the homeowner, would you sell it for $100,000? What do we call that? An offer. So Andrew makes the seller what we call an offer. And then the seller says, yes. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you think you're going to call just one homeowner and that homeowner is going to say yes, how many homeowners on average you got to call to get a yes?
Yeah, you have to make at least a 100 call. I would say
at least, right?
At least.
That means you have to talk to 9. This is why I said it's not easy. By the way, the same way it's not easy to get 6 packs, the same way it's not easy to be fit, the same way it's not easy to get up actually in the morning and go to your 9 to 5. The same way it's not easy to get up and go to school. Doesn't matter.
Mamadou, 100. No,
probably more. For me, I'm not saying 100 calls. Okay. But you're gonna have to talk to at least 100 to 99 to 100 people,
right?
Because like when you make these calls, a bunch of these people, they're gonna have their numbers disconnected. You're not gonna get hold of them. You're gonna get a lot of FUs.
Yeah.
Why are you calling me? There is no sign in my yard. Now, the beauty about the wholesaling business, guys, this is the beauty. The beauty is you're not looking to call anyone and motivate them. What are we looking for, guys?
We're actually looking for people already motivated.
This is the key. This is the beauty about it. So it makes your life really easy, right? You're not trying to convince anyone. So you're calling people essentially that are already by themselves. Man, my handwriting is, you guys can tell I've dropped out of school. That are already what? Motivated. Now that motivation, again, like we just said, it could be divorce. It could be just I'm just tired of dealing with it. It could be I'm old. It could be I don't have the money. It could also be, hey, I just don't want to deal with it. I do have the money. I have the time. I could fix it up.
Right.
But I don't want to deal with it. I live out of state, right? We call this like out of state owner, right? I just don't want to deal with the house. It doesn't necessarily have to be a pain. Sometimes it's just a gain. I want to let it go. That's about it. I don't need the money. I'm not desperate for the money per se, but I will sell it to you at a discount. Now, guys, when you're wholesaling, why would sellers sell you at a discount, guys?
Why would it
When you calling people, you're making them these kind of like cash offers, right? Because we call these cash offers, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
sir.
Okay. Why would a seller on a house, if you were to renovate it, you could resell it on the market for, let's say the home, let's say you make them 100,000 offer, okay?
Right.
100K. This is the offer that I made. Let's say I'm the wholesaler, okay?
Right.
I made 100K offer, okay? And if Steve were to fix it up,
Right.
he's the flipper, right? He could resell it, let's say, for $300,000 if he fix it up. And in order for the house to sell for 300, Steve have to spend to do the renovations, okay? We call this renovate the property, right? Steve have to spend, let's say, 50,000. By the way, it's never 50, it's always more. But this is for easy math, okay?
Right.
$50,000. Why would the seller sell me a house that you could spend 50,000 in, resell it for 300? Why would they sell it to me at $100,000 discount?
Well, I mean, the main thing is motivation, but also you're a solutionist. You are able to provide a solution to their pain or problem.
Right? What else? What could they have? That's the keyword. What could they have done? What is one thing they could have done themselves with this property?
They could probably listed it.
Could have listed it.
Yep.
Okay. They could have listed it with who?
A realtor. And to just kind of go into depth with a realtor is just somebody that pretty much is just an agent. Think of a realtor as like your local spokesman. They're licensed.
That fancy real estate agent sign that you always see looking like a TV model.
Right.
What is it? What is the
Like a billboard.
like a
billboard? So realtor, right?
Right.
A realtor, real estate agent, all the same thing.
Right.
Okay, guys. I mean, in a nutshell. Okay. So the seller essentially could list with these people, list the house. Why wouldn't they go this route?
So a lot of times what people fail to understand, a lot of times when you're listing with a realtor or those fancy guys in the suit, a lot of times they charge a lot of fees. So you're looking at almost, 20 to 30,000 depending on how high the property is to sell. So
right. So when you sell in the house, guys, here in the United States, you the person selling the home, you have to pay to sell your home. You pay what we call commission. Okay. If you go with a real estate agent, you pay what you call commissions. Okay. These commissions right here, this is what you call to the real estate. You pay to the real estate agents. The one that work with you as the homeowner. What do we call that person, Andrew? The agent that work with the homeowner to help them sell the home.
The seller's agent.
Seller's agent, right? Seller's agent, very literal. And then the person that is gonna buy the home from from you actually, once you list it, the person that's gonna come and buy it. What do we call the agent for that person?
A buying agent.
Buyer's agent. Okay, very literal. So you, the homeowner that is selling the home, pay both of these agents, by the way. Most agents will not tell you this. You pay both agents. And on average, guys, what is the cost to sell a home on average?
So you're looking at
nationwide. What is the average?
You're looking at about 9%.
Yes, 8 to 9%. That means if you can sell this home as is, what is as is, Andrew?
As is, ready to go.
As is, like this house right here that we said is tall grass, window broken, blah, blah, blah. What is as is? If you were to sell it, you own the home, you want to sell it as is. What is as is means?
As is mean as is.
As is means the way it is right now.
Yeah,
I'm selling it without fixing anything. I don't have to flush the toilet, right? I don't have to cut the grass. I'm just selling it as is, okay? Now, if you were to sell it as is right now at $100,000, let's say hypothetically you're lucky, you get that $100,000. Somebody come and say, hey, I'll buy that at $100,000. Well, guess what? 8 to 9% come out of that $100,000 right off the top. And then so that means you're not really getting in your pockets $100,000.
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So boom. Here's the other problem. Why would the seller would not go the realtor route, right? And we preferred working with you, the wholesaler. Number one, Andrew just said it earlier, is convenience. It's speed and convenience, actually. Speed and convenience. So they will sell you at a discount for speed and convenience. You guys need to know when they go with realtors, it takes a lot of time. On a good market, goddamn. Speed and convenience. I need to write maybe little small. Speed/convenience, right? If they go with realtors on average on a good market, let's say on a market where like at the height of the pandemic where properties were selling fast, it took about 30 days to sell a home.
On average, yeah.
On average, right? Now, what is the issue with realtors? That homeowners prefer working with the wholesaler is the realtor. If they walk into this house, what is the first thing they're going to tell the homeowner?
The realtor is actually going to require you to put repairs in the property.
Exactly. Clean this, right? Why? Because realtors, they cannot list homes under multiple listing service that we call the MLS. They cannot list homes that look ugly, like super ugly. They can list homes that need a little bit of work, some work, but not like ugly, looking like with all the trash inside. The grass not cut, the windows broken. They typically can't. So the realtor is going to walk in there. Now, remember, we told you guys that homeowner don't have the money. Either they don't have the money or they don't want to deal with it. They want to sell it in 2 weeks. Just get it over with. And the realtor is going to walk in there and go, clean this, repair that.
Let me take pictures of this.
Yeah,
right?
Let me take pictures.
One of my first deals, this is what happened with the homeowner. The homeowner had this property where we made like $68,000. The homeowner had this property. This property has been empty, vacant for 2 years. Every realtor that is reaching out to them through direct mail, every time they call them, okay, so I could list it for you, but you have to come here. Mind you, this is a seller that is got out of the hospital, so been at the hospital for 2 years, bedridden, can no longer walk. And they're telling that homeowner, no money, right?
Right.
Medical bills piling up. Come and clean the home. Get the truck. There was a truck at the driveway. Get that truck out. There is squatters in your house. Deal with that. The homeowner is like, so the first time I talked to him, he's like, are you a realtor? Like, no. Okay, great. I don't want to talk to no realtors, right? So that's the issue right here. So this is where you will beat any realtor every time. This is great, by the way. They can't do this. For us, you can call this homeowner and go, hey, I'll make it easy for you. You don't even have to flush the toilet. We'll take it as is. We love that. You see that tall grass? We'll actually love it. That's one. We love all the needles inside. No problem. You don't have to do anything. But there is a price to pay for speed and convenience, guys. What is that price?
The
Discount. Exactly. So this is why. So the sellers will absolutely give you a discount. They will sell you their home at a discount for speed and convenience. Okay? For speed and convenience. This is where you come in. So now, who was the homeowner here? Andrew?
Yeah, Andrew was the homeowner.
Okay. So
Got all the money.
now the homeowner said yes to your offer because you're giving them speed and convenience. You made them an offer of $100,000 and they said yes. What is the next thing as the middleman that I do if they said yes?
Now, once they've said yes, the next thing you want to do is you want to get an agreement going. So an
Okay,
agreement.
we call this, so for short, guys, PSA. Break down for them what is PSA means.
So PSA stands for purchase and sales agreement.
Right.
It's just a simple agreement agreeing what you and the seller agree to. So if you agree to sell it for $100,000, it's just saying simply, hey, listen, we agree to purchase your property for $100,000.
It's basically the contract, the agreement between you and the seller that says, hey, yes, I'm selling you my home for $100,000 and you're closing all cash, as is. I don't have to flush the toilet. All the terms. So PSA, purchase sale agreement. Now, if you're making the calls, guys, never use this term contract, but it's essentially a contract. Don't use the term contract. Use the term. What terms should you use with homeowners? Agreement, for example. Don't use the term property with homeowners when you're talking to them. Use the term home. Why? Because this is more relatable to them. If you say a contract, it sounds too attorney ripping me off, legal, right? Don't use those terms. Those are like, we call them trigger terms, right? So person said agreement. So you, by the way, guys, we're going to have all these things, all these resources. We're going to put it in the description. You can upload this for absolutely free and you can use it. Not a problem. Now, contracts, guys, do contracts bring contracts?
Absolutely.
It doesn't.
No. No.
Have you ever gotten a DM from a newbie saying, hey, can you send me a contract? I need a contract.
No.
Okay. I get tons of them, hundreds per day. Guess what they don't have?
What?
They have never made a call.
Right.
But they want a contract.
Got it.
You
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Contracts. Goddamn. Contracts don't bring contracts. Okay. Now, on next to this one, guys, I'm going to put a $sign. Pieces of paper that you DMing people to send to you because you need a contract before you make the first call and actually see if the homeowner is even interested in selling is not going to bring you this contract, which come with a $sign.
Oh,
yes.
I understand what you're saying.
Understand what I'm saying now?
I understand the question.
Okay.
It's been like,
Newbies will always reach out to you and say, hey, I haven't made any call yet, but can you send me a contract? I need a contract.
Thinking that
Exactly. Contracts don't. It's so easy to get this contract. By the way, this is let's say this is a blank piece of paper, okay? Could I technically, let's say I'm meeting the seller, hypothetically, let's say I'm meeting the seller in person, he's not on the phone, and I'm meeting them at McDonald's. Could I take a napkin and all these things we're agreeing on and write it on the napkin and sign it? Exactly. That's how you shouldn't overthink this. You could literally, by the way, it will be a legal contract. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
I could meet the seller at McDonald's, take a napkin, write down on it, Mr. John, seller is selling 123 Main Street to Mamadou Diallo for $100,000. Mamadou is buying it as is. Mamadou is closing in 14 days. Mamadou is doing this, doing that. The seller have to do this, do that, right?
Right.
So that's the terms. That's the agreement. You guys shake hand. Don't spit on the hand. Not old school, right? And then right after that, you send that to who, right? We're gonna get into who you send that to, but that's I'm just saying, don't overthink it. If you're in people's DMs asking for contracts and you've never made a call, what should you do, Andrew?
Go make the call.
Go make the call. That's all that matters. Make the call. And by the way, we're gonna do another one where we show you the different marketing channels, meaning the different outreach channels that you can use to actually find these homeowners, right? There is multiple of them. It's not just calling, it's not just texting, there's multiple of them. So we're gonna do a whole different series, a whole different video where it's just that. So we go over and we're going to do the same thing with the whiteboard and we write them down, okay?
Absolutely.
Today is just a flow. So boom, that's the number one, right? Number two, when the seller sign, now me and the seller, we're in agreement. We're in agreement. Okay? We're in agreement. We shook hands and the seller said, boom, done, okay? So they're going with me for speed and convenience. And this is actually perfect because I'm in the middle. So I'm the wholesaler, you're the buyer, he's the homeowner, okay? Boom. The next thing I do is I call my friend Steve. I go to Steve. Steve is what?
A cash buyer.
Cash buyer. Break that down for me. What is a cash buyer? Why is this a multi-million? What is a cash buyer?
So
what is their job? What they do? What do they do?
So they just take ugly, nasty houses and they renovate them, which they put money into them and fix them for a profit, just like those houses you say on HGTV. You guys.
Right. So a cash buyer. What are the two different things that a cash buyer does with a property?
So the two things a cash buyer does with a property.
One is what?
One, they do fix and flip.
Okay, so they flip the property, fix and flip. Okay. Just like you see on SGTV, guys.
HGTV.
Fix and flip. We're gonna keep this one short. And then what is number 2?
Or they rent the property out.
Number 2, they rent it out. So they put a tenant inside, turn it to Section 8, whatever, and make cash flow.
Right.
Those are the only 2 things that a cash buyer does with a property. So Steve here, his full-time trade is fix and flipping
Right.
or renting homes. Right?
Right.
Now, we're not going to get into how he gets his money. We're going to get into that in a different video. That's where we're going to talk about financing. How do they find that? That's irrelevant to you, by the way, as a wholesaler. What are you trying to do? You're just trying to find these opportunities, these ugly homes. You put them under contract for a discounted price. Then you find somebody like Steve and sell him that piece of paper. That's all you're selling, guys. You don't own the house. What it does is when you have it under contract, it gives you this right here. It gives you this. This is what it's called. Okay. This is the beauty. It gives you equitable interests. What does this mean, Andrew? Equitable interests.
You have interest inside the home, equitable interest inside the home, in more basic terms. No?
Right. What is equitable? Basically, equity. If you guys don't know what equity is, basically you have an interest on the property. So that contract, that piece of paper, that napkin, give you some rights for at least 30 days on this property. That means you can market the home. If you had the money, you can close on the home, fix it up yourself, right? So you have the right on the home for the amount of time that you guys agreed, which is typically 30 days. Correct?
Agreed.
Nationwide, it takes about 30 days to close on a real estate transaction. So typically it's 30 days, right? So now that 30 days, there is something that is called what? I have about 14 days. If I don't want to keep it myself, I don't like to deal with toilet leaks,
Right.
with tenants. I don't have the money. No, I don't even know what my credit score is. I don't have $1 in my bank account. I don't want to deal with this. I go find somebody. Like, it's almost like let's say I just got a car, a BMW,
Right.
and I drove it for one day. No, I don't like this BMW. BMW is not my thing.
Right.
And I got it at $30,000, right, under contract with somebody, and I just need to try it out to see if I like it. Then I come to you and go, Steve. Steve owns a car dealership, and he repair cars and then resell them. So I come to Steve and say, hey, Steve, I found this opportunity. In this case, it would be the home, right? I found this house, and I know you renovate houses and you resell them for profits, and I can sell you this contract for $120,000, right?
Right.
How much did we get it on the contract for?
You got it on the contract for $100,000.
$100,000. Why would you buy this contract from me at $120,000?
Because again, you guys had it at such a steep discount that for me, I still able to put the repairs or the $50,000 in the property that we discussed earlier and still make a profit or a cash on cash return.
Exactly. So he can still make a profit and feed his family. So I got it at such a steep discount that Steve can still give me $120,000 as the middleman, right?
Right.
And now you might ask yourself, why isn't Steve just going and finding this house himself? Why aren't you just going and find this house yourself so that you save the $20,000 and you just pay $100,000?
That's an easy question to answer, Mamadou. So maybe I might have different properties that I'm already managing. Maybe I have a family life. Maybe I travel too much. Maybe I just don't have the resources to do that or the time. Maybe I work a full 9-to-5 job.
Boom.
A bunch of different reasons.
So, guys, a cash buyer, this person right here, trust me, I'm talking about true cash buyers. I'm not talking about your cash buyer on Facebook. Those are wholesalers.
Right.
I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about real cash buyers. And again, yesterday, go back and watch the episode. We showed you exactly how do you find where the activity is. And then we're going to do a video. Tomorrow is going to be about, did we show them how to pull the actual cash buyers list? I don't think so.
Yeah, we did.
How to pull the cash buyers list? I don't think so.
No, we got
So we're going to do it tomorrow, guys. So write that down, please, as a homework for tomorrow. You can write it here, Andrew, so we don't forget. So tomorrow, we're going to show you guys how you actually pull this list. But a cash buyer, essentially, Their full-time job, guys, is they typically have, on average, real cash buyers, real flippers on a good market, always have between five to 10, some of them, properties at the same times being renovated. So their full-time job, the same way a doctor gets up in the morning and go to their office to treat patients, their full-time job when they wake up in the morning is what?
To go flip, go manage your property. Go
Exactly. Drive to a house, make sure the work is going well, make sure the workers showed up on time, right? So they're managing crews, and a fix and flipper is managing basically people that are, what is that, handyman? I'm sure everybody, like, guys, you guys have seen people working, whether you're driving or whatever. You've seen people working on homes. You know what a house that is being worked on look like.
Right.
So they're full time. By the way, you guys, I'm sure you guys can see Steve right now. Okay, boom. You guys see he has hair, right? Rarely you're gonna meet a full time fix and flipper that have hair. That's how stressful it is. Okay, they don't have time to have these nice dreads. They get up in the morning, they drive to home, from home to home. Home 1, home 2, home 3, home 4, managing people. So guess what they don't have time for? What don't they have time for, Andrew?
Marketing. Go search for those
Marketing.
properties.
Okay, let's stop using marketing. What is that marketing? What does that mean?
They don't have time to basically go out and find distressed
properties. They don't have the time to make the calls. They don't have the time to text, right? This is where you come in. But do they need these opportunities to feed their family?
100%.
100%. They do need the opportunity. That's where you step in. So anyway, never mind the need. We don't care. So you are essentially, as the wholesaler, what are you? You're not only a connector.
You're a deal finder.
You're a deal finder.
You're a solutionist.
You're a deal finder. Deal finder. I don't care how much real estate agents hate you guys. This industry needs us. Period. Okay. Deal finder, and then what else? You're a problem solver. Okay. You are a problem solver. You're right here, right now. You're solving problem solver. You're solving a problem for literally two people. I'm even gonna go deeper and break this down for you guys. You're solving so I'm in the middle. I'm solving a problem for Andrew, who doesn't want to deal no more with that house. The house is distressed. He doesn't have the money. Maybe going through divorce, whatever. He's like, oh yeah, you're really gonna take this away from me so I can move on with my life? I get maybe $80,000 after all. I get that net and then just move on. Oh, fantastic. Steve is like, man, I don't have the time. I'm managing all these people. That construction site is going wrong. Here I'm losing money. I no longer have hair. I have Levi's jeans on with slippers. That's how typically you see full-time fix and flip. That's how stressed they are. Oh man, you just gonna find these things and I don't have to do anything? Just bring it to me on a plate? Boom. That's the reason why Steve also will pay me $120,000.
Right.
Without question. Right?
Every day of the week.
So I'm solving a problem for him, and I'm making money. That's exactly what Jeff Bezos did and became a billionaire. Correct?
Great.
Boom. So now how do I make my money? So when I go to Steve, so remember here we said I have an agreement. Let's put piece of paper here, right? And then let's put PSA. This is the PSA.
Yeah, man. You was going to get that in that box.
This is a PSA with Andrew. PSA. Okay, guys, this is a PSA with Andrew. And then here I go to Steve. And then what do we put? Let's say, Steve, I tell you about the house. I say, hey, Steve, man, I just found this property on 123 Main Street. It needs a lot of work. But if you sell it, if you fix it up and you sell it, you can sell it for $300,000, right? And I can sell it. I can give it to you. My contract, I can give it to you for $120,000.
Right.
What is that agreement we put in place?
The agreement we put in place is something called an assignment contract.
An assignment. Okay, we're gonna write this down right here. God damn. Assignment. Guys, remember, I have every right to butcher English because it's my fifth language. Steve don't. It's his first language. Okay? I can butcher the English. I can write it wrong. Don't be in the comments correcting me, especially if you've never done a deal and you're broke. Your English, you cannot go to the bank and cash it out. Nobody cares. Okay? I discovered this thing. I was all the way in Belgium, came here, still making shit ton of money. So basically, I came from Belgium and started eating people's lunch while they have their mouths open here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
God damn, bro. Put that in your anger wall. We talked about the anger wall yesterday. If you don't know what it is, go back and listen to it. But anyway, so this is the agreement. This is basically now. Can I also technically take a napkin and write this down with you as well, Steve?
100%.
Right? So I go to Steve and we write this also on a napkin. Now, what is happening here? Break down lay terms. What is an assignment? What does that mean?
Assignment, basically the equitable interest, which pretty much the rights that you have to sell the property. You're just taking that $100,000 contract that you got with the seller and you're just selling it or giving that to me at $120,000, and you're making a profit in between the $100,000 and $120,000, which is $20,000.
Okay. I don't know if that was simple enough for me. How about you, Steve? Andrew.
So the assignment of contract is the contract that
Like what does that mean? I'm not asking for the definition.
Okay.
What does that mean? I'm coming to him, I'm assigning it to him. So but what does that really mean? Like in simple terms, what am I doing right here? Like what am I doing?
The interest that I add, I'm assigning it over to you.
I'm giving it.
I'm giving it over to
Giving
you.
it. We already said assignment here. Nobody knows what assignment means.
So
I'm giving it.
I'm giving you the interest that I got in the property.
Okay.
I'm
So
giving
I
it.
went to you, Andrew,
Mhm.
and we agreed to something.
Mhm.
That means I have obligations towards you.
Mhm.
You also do have obligations towards me as a seller, but I have obligations towards you. What is that? I'm buying your home as is. I'm closing in 14 days. I'm doing it all cash. You're not going to fix anything. You're not going to flush the toilet, nothing. That's what we agreed. And I'm giving you $100,000 for the house.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. I come to Steve. Look at this. Come to him. So Steve is basically all my obligations that we wrote on that napkin.
Right.
What Steve is going to do with the assignment, this is a different document. So you need two documents. One is the purchase and sale agreement.
Mhm.
And then the other one is the assignment agreement, we call it. Assignment, contract, whatever, same thing. So now Steve is going to step in my shoes. He's going to take my obligations from me and go, oh, okay, Mamadou, fine. Oh, you told this seller you're going to buy the property as is. Well, perfect. I'll take it. So he will take my obligations from me and it become his what?
Equitable interest.
No. He will take my obligations from me and it become
My
what?
obligation.
His obligation.
Obligation.
Okay. So who comes with the money at the closing table?
I come with all the money at the closing table.
Do I have to come with the money?
No money at all.
Do I have to come with a license?
No license at all.
Do I have to come with a credit?
No credit at all.
Can I come with my shirt off?
You can come with your shirt off.
God damn, bro. Like, how beautiful is this business? Like, for real. Like for me, when I think about this business, guys, like I'm always baffled to. I wish we could do this in Europe. You can't. That's the beauty about this business. He's gonna take my obligations, and he's gonna give me the $120,000. So now he doesn't give it to me directly, guys. We're gonna go into the entity, the middle person that handles all of this. That's gonna be tomorrow. We can do a whole video just about title company and all of that, the mechanics.
100%.
Okay. But here's what he's gonna do, guys. He's going to so we agreed you're gonna buy it from me at 120K.
Mhm.
How much did I have it with Andrew?
100K.
100,000.
100,000. So 100,000 goes to Mr. Andrew,
Right.
right? Andrew. And then where does the 20,000 go?
That goes to Mamadou.
That goes to Mr. Handsome Mamadou. So 20,000 goes to Mamadou. And this only took me 30 days, right? I used to make in Europe, guys, I used to make 40,000 euros per year at my 9 to 5 per year.
Oh man.
What's that?
Yeah, what's that
converted to
converting
US?
you?
40,000 euros, maybe. No, actually, not 40,000 euros. 32 or 35,000 euros. So that would be like $40,000
in US?
in the US. Yeah. Because euros are stronger than dollars,
Mm.
right? In
Right.
terms of whatever. So, and I just made, guys, I made $20,000 selling this.
A piece of paper.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's it, right? I didn't have to go get my license. I didn't have to go fix my credit. I didn't have to get out of my house. I was behind the phone talking to strangers. 99 of them told me no. One of them said yes. At this point, I've been cussed out probably 101 times before I reached out to Andrew. And Andrew was like, oh, yeah, I've been thinking about selling it. But, everybody that calls me are not serious. Agents are calling me, telling me to fix it. I don't want to fix anything. And then, okay, you telling me you're going to do this as is, blah, 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 blah. And we agreed. And everybody else that cussed me, by the way, they just didn't need my help. Why? Because when I'm wholesaling, even you are fix and flipping,
Right.
which we're going to get into, are we really in real estate?
No, we're not in the real estate.
Not in
business.
real estate. What are we?
We're in the marketing and sales business.
We're in the marketing and sales business. We're problem solvers. We're finding problems. We solve problems. It just so happened that the problems we're solving have to do with something with what?
Real estate.
With real estate. You could be doing this with how right now, let's say you want a side hustle, right?
Mhm.
You could be doing that right now with people. Go to people's homes, by the way, for free. This is you can create $100,000, basically $1 million business with this. Go to people's home for free. Yo, in your closet right now at home, how much shit do you have that you never wore? It's been years.
A ton.
Okay, let's say I come to you right now and I say, hey, Andrew, I will take all this trash out for you for free. Free. I'll take all the clothes, the shoes, the whatever you have
Take it.
for free, right?
Take it.
I'm cleaning your home for you for free.
Right.
And then I take that shit,
Mm-hmm.
I go put it on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace, take some nice pictures, and sell it.
For your
$2 a piece.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I could be doing that. I'm a problem solver.
Right.
I'm cleaning people's closets, which people need. I know mine is full right now. If you have that kind of business, come and knock at my door. I'll give it to you for free. Because we all have shit. We're like, oh, we're going to go give it to X. We never do it. It's just there, right?
Right.
But what is my point? My point is, guys, we're just solving problems. It just so happen when it comes to real estate wholesaling, the word that goes with the wholesale, you can wholesale anything. I could find this piece of paper at $1 and flip it and wholesale it on Amazon for $2. It just so happened that here we're talking about brick houses. That's it. But you're not in the real estate business. You're in the people business and the problem solving business. You're finding people that have a problem. You solve it and you make money without none of your own money. Just sweat equity.
Right.
A sweat equity. But yes, you're gonna have to put the time in. You're gonna have to put in the hard work. You're gonna have to make the 101 calls. This is where everybody fall off the cliff. And this is great, by the way, because for us that sit down and don't mind being told fuck you. What are some of the things that sellers say on the phone?
Brutal.
Right? Why are you calling me?
You call
There's
me.
no sign on my yard. Who are you? Whatever.
Right.
After that, when you hang up, guys, do you still have your birthday?
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you still have your home?
Yes. Of
Do you
course.
still have your parents?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you still have your food?
Yep.
You've been cussed out right now every day by maybe your classmates anyway. Right now, you're getting cussed out maybe by your girlfriend, by your ex. You're getting cussed out by people on the road honking at you. Like, I'm telling you guys right now, most people fall off the cliff because they truly cannot sit down and make these 101 calls. They give up after how many calls?
After the first 10.
Yeah. It's too hard. I just call somebody and they say,
Right.
F you. Everybody I talk to say no. My mom used to tell me yes all the time. Isn't that the problem?
Of course.
Bunch of bait.
Bunch of babies. We're so weak. This generation is so fucking weak. People will brag about taking ice bath. People will brag about how many push-ups they do a day. People will brag about how much they can bench, but they cannot lift an iPhone and make 101 calls, go through rejection after rejection after rejection until they get a yes, flip a piece of paper, make 10,000. By the way, every single deal, isn't this like a puzzle? Every single deal, do you know how much you're going to make? Before you get the deal, do you know how much you're going to make? Before you get the deal?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
No, you don't.
Even.
When you making these calls before you get the deal, you're just making the calls. Do you know how much you're gonna make on the next? Okay, this is like a puzzle. So that means each deal is an opportunity. Maybe you can make 10. This is the average nationwide.
Right. 10.
But you could also be making like me. My first deal was $68,000. I didn't know what it's gonna be.
All right. All right.
It just so happened that at the price that I got it and the price that the cash buyer offered me, the difference was $68,000. And I didn't even, like there were squatters in this house. People got shot in this house. Needles on the floor, like people, I guess they're smoking crack. This is it's a game.
It is.
Right.
It's a game. So when you're making these calls, you're just there like thinking you could be playing PlayStation if you want while making these calls, by the way. That's how simple this is. Why? Because you're not calling anybody trying to convince them to sell you the home. You call in and trying to find people that have been wanting to sell, and you're just convincing these people that you are the one that have the solution for them. You will be the one that will perform. You are the one that have the real legit cash buyers, not Facebook cash buyers that are all wholesalers that don't have $100 in the bank account and put themselves in your list as cash buyers. I'm talking about real cash buyers. But this is not for the lazy. These are the ones, this business is for the ones that have that boom effect in their life. You got to be bold. You have to be bold on these damn calls, man. You got to make calls after call. And you have to be obsessed with this. You have to be obsessed with this. It's like, hey, I am absolutely not giving up until I get my first, second, third deal. And then from there, you grow, you start building this into a business, right? You start hiring, all these things, right? And you have to be optimistic. If you think it doesn't work and you're just making the call, is it going to work?
No, it's not going to work.
Not going to work. Why? Because you think it doesn't work. When I was doing this, like I was so convinced before I ever even got my first, I was so convinced that this shit would work.
That it worked.
And my first deal, I got it driving Uber and Lyft, dropping off a customer and asking that customer, do you know anybody? This is Lincecum Heights, Maryland. Lincecum Heights, Maryland, 123 New York Avenue, Lincecum Heights. Look up the property and you will see facts. This is also what I wrote about real estate. You cannot fake it. Go verify it. And I asked this guy, do you know anybody in this neighborhood that has a vacant home? Maybe they're looking to sell, whatever. I'm in real estate, also part-time, blah, 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 blah. And I'll pay you a referral fee if I get the deal. He told me, go to this house right across the street here. This house has been vacant for 2 years. And this is how I found Mr. John. So my actual first seller his name was John.
Mr. John?
Mr. John?
His name was John. And I got hold of his daughter.
Oh, man.
Right?
What that mean?
Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, I got hold of his daughter. I couldn't get hold of him. Like his phone. Remember, he's been at the hospital for 2 years. He disconnected his number, right? Anyway, not to go into that story. You're gonna go through case studies, right?
Right.
But what is my point, guys? My point is, if you don't have if you're not optimistic and you don't have the abundance mindset, and you don't have a killer mindset. If you're somebody who quit. If you're a quitter, don't even start. This business is not for you. I'm telling you guys. The business is so simple. Is it easy? No. But it's so simple that I don't understand. I really don't understand when I talk to people. Oh, I've been trying to do it for 1 month, 2 weeks. It didn't work. Or they do one deal and then they fall off the cliff because they get lazy. They just made $10,000 and they think it's money. Now they go start blowing it in lounges and restaurants, and then they run out of money. And then they listen, guys. Simple business, but is it easy?
No.
Okay, guys. So what are we left here to show these people? Let me see. So boom, guys. So I just made $20,000. The $100,000 go to the seller. Right here. 100,000 goes to Andrew. Oh man, I'm touching the wrong screen. The 100,000 here goes to Andrew, and 20,000 to me. I just made 20,000, and I can just repeat the same process. Let's say hypothetically, right? I've been able to track on my notepad. I've been able to track how many no's I got before I got one yes. If I've been able to track that, what should I do at this point? I just made 20,000. What is my next step here?
Do the same thing over and over again.
That's it. Just restart. Just repeat.
Mm-hmm.
This is where people go on YouTube and start chasing shiny object syndrome.
All right.
You just made 99 calls, and all the 99 was FUs. And then the 100 call was yes. So now you know if you make another 200 call, you're guaranteed what?
Another contract.
2, right? So you just repeat the same boring task until you make maybe 40K, maybe 50, maybe 60. Then you can start hiring people to do maybe the cold calling for you. Then you do the follow-ups. We're going to go through like the flow in terms of like, the initial touch, then the follow-up, then what is the closing look like? That's a different story. But today was about who are you as a wholesaler? You're a middleman connecting two parties which is the homeowner that want to see that house go for whatever reason. They have to have a reason. If not, don't waste time with them. If they're just tire kickers, we call them tire kickers. They just entertain your conversation. Maybe they're bored. They're too old. They didn't have kids because they bought into the philosophy of not having kids. And now they're bored. When you call them, they just want to talk, but they don't want to sell. They have no reason for selling. They're not looking to downsize. They're not looking to upsize. They're not going through divorce. They're not whatever. Don't waste time with them. You're looking for somebody who says, yes, I want to see this property go. No, I'm not going to keep it. No, I'm not going to list it. Yes, I want to sell it fast. Yes, I want to sell it as is. Boom. Those are the people you're looking for. And you just have to convince them that you are the right person to work with.
Right.
So you're selling them the need. The need, guys. What is the need? The need is that they need to work with you. Why? Because you are the one that have the real cash buyers. You're the one who's going to keep your word regardless of what happened. You will keep your word. I have wholesale deals that I made $1,000. You know why? Because initially it was supposed to be 10. Then problems after problems came up. Liens, meaning the seller owed like the IRS or the owed maybe like a solar panel company, whatever. And I took a discount on my fee to help them move the property, to make it work, make the numbers work. Because I told the seller I'm going to close on it. So I closed on it. I made $1,000 flipping a piece of paper. That is still an infinite return to me, right?
Oh, okay.
Boom. So that's who you are. So you go in there, the need is just, I'm just convincing them, it's me, you gotta work with me because I will do as I say. And I have real cash buyers. And we're gonna get into the scripts. I'm gonna give you guys the script. Not only that, we're gonna also show them how to have these conversations. Really simple, guys. So we're gonna probably do a live stream where we make few calls and show you guys how simple these kind of calls are. In the beginning, yes, you're gonna have to do it yourself. Once you get good at it, then you can outsource it because now you can train somebody to do it for you if you want. If you want to outsource it right off the gate and you have the money for it, go for it. But remember, this first 10 to 12 videos is for that person that says, I don't have the money, I don't have the credit, but I have the time, I have the work ethic, I'm self-motivated, I'll do the calls, I don't mind the rejections, boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to write this down for you guys. Boom, boom. Boom. Break this down for them, Andrew. What is this? This is what you're going to need, by the way. What is this?
The B stand for bowl.
Right here, bold.
What the O stand for, Steve?
It stands for obsessive.
Obsessed.
The other O stand for optimistic.
Boom.
And you guys need to have an abundance mindset. Abundance.
So here we have optimistic. By the way, every book you've read so far and never applied anything, to talk about this concept all the time, but you just don't pay attention to it, right? And then lastly, M for what?
Mindset.
Abundance.
Mindset, baby. Right? Make sure you fix all this first before you even get to it. But this is how simple this business is, man. I don't know what else to add on here, right? That's really it here in terms of at least today's episode, guys. So you saw the flow. You see what your responsibilities are, who you are as a wholesaler. So don't let anybody tell you that wholesaling is a waste of time. Wholesalers are just taking advantage of people. This is what real estate agents say as a cop-out mechanism for the laziness, because they don't have the stamina. They don't have the drive to make these calls like you. They don't get trained for this. The flipper, if you talk to a cash buyer, and they're not happy with you making 20,000, 30,000, doesn't matter. As long as the numbers work for Steve, for him to make his profit in the back end. If he start telling you, yeah, but you cannot make more than 10,000, why are you making $20,000 and blah, 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 don't work with that person. Because if he knew how to go hunt for it, find it himself, kill the deer himself, right? And then what do you call it?
He's talking about us.
Like hunting, bro. Come on, guys. When you hunt and you kill an animal, what do you do? Skin it. If he could skin it himself, if he's going to hunt the animal, skin it himself, he would do it. He don't know how to do it. That's the reason why you deserve that $20,000, because you did it. You did it. Don't even apologize for it. He's just not a good fit to work with.
Right.
Go to the next one. It's the same. By the way, it's the same process with the sellers. The sellers, you're going to have to go through what? 99 no's, and then you get 1 yes, correct?
Right.
Absolutely.
The buyers is the same thing. We're going to show you how to pull the list. Once you pull that list, let's say you have 1,000 buyers on that list. You're going to have to call every freaking one of them And out of that 1,000, only 4, maybe 5 of them is going to be like, bro, as long as the numbers work for me, I don't care how much you make. As long as they work for me.
Right.
That's the people you want to work with. Don't apologize for being a solution, a problem solver. Don't apologize for getting up in the morning and doing the work and calling these people and solving problems. You absolutely, if you solve problems, you deserve every penny that you make. Never apologize for it. Real estate agents, if they're not happy about it, they need to learn how to market. They need to learn how to make the calls. They need to learn how to stop being lazy and actually get some work done. Anyway, I'm done ranting, guys. Any last word for the audience?
This notion where wholesaler don't do work, just know that we do a lot of work. Just want to leave on that note. We
And
do
also
a lot of work.
And I also want to throw in, guys, there are plenty of deals out there. Don't have that shortage mindset. There's plenty of deals out there. Just go out there and go get it. Simple.
Don't be thinking there's everybody in wholesaling.
Yeah.
Everybody's wholesaling. That's in your head.
Right.
It's the same way. If let's say you want a BMW right now, you want to buy a BMW. All of a sudden, number one, you start seeing BMWs everywhere, right?
Right.
But when you buy it, you'll be really surprised. When you buy it, actually buy it, and you start driving, all you see is BMWs for whatever reason. You thought you were special until you buy it.
Right.
Soon as you buy it, man, why did everybody have the same car as me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what does that mean? That means there is plenty of houses there for everyone. There's plenty of opportunities. So sitting there thinking this is saturated, the only thing saturated is in your head. 2 is because you are, like, mind you, most homeowners are they watching this stream, guys?
No.
They're not. You are watching this. Homeowners are not watching this. Traditional real estate agents are not watching this. The fix and flipper is not watching this. So the reason you think it's saturated is because you're sitting here watching this, and so you think everybody else is. They're not. They have no idea. There's so many people that have no idea that this wholesaling thing even exists. Okay? So don't overthink it. There is no such thing as a saturated market. That's why you got to have the abundance mindset. There's plenty of opportunities for everyone. If everybody got into wholesaling right now, there will still be people that need houses and opportunities. So that's how you got to think. So guys, thank you for hanging out with us. You can also learn more for free. As you can see, the website boomwealthbuilders.com for absolutely free. I'm going to make sure we add in the description here, we're going to add all of our social media platforms so you can follow us, DM us if you want to work with us. If you're local in Atlanta, we are bringing badass newbies that will work with us at the local office, and you'll get hands-on training so you earn while you learn. For at least 12 months, we're going to need 12-month commitment from you. But trust me, you're going to need brothers to do this, not even partners. I'm talking about brothers. You're going to need a community. Yesterday, we had a conversation with somebody at the office. What is the first thing he said? He's been trying to do it for how long?
We've been trying to do this 3 years.
3 years. 3 years he's been trying to do this. Cannot do it. Why? He's missing community. Mm-hmm. What is a community? You cannot have a community on Facebook. You cannot have a community on Zoom. You cannot have a community virtually. Yeah, you might talk to them once every but as humans, what is a community supposed to be? Right? A community is supposed to be, you live with these people together. You're together with them in the same area, same locality. You guys meet each other every single day. You see them, you go greet them. Right? That's what a community is. That's why you need a community. So you need people. If wherever you live, try to find those people locally where you guys can meet together, make calls so it's not boring. Make calls together, go hunt together. But for here in Atlanta, if you want a community, you want brothers to work with, if you want sisters to work with, we have the office here in Atlanta, and we're ready to have self-motivated people come work with us. And until next time, guys.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Stay bold and be bold. Boom, boom.
Boom.